You can't control what the future holds, but you can take control of your investments with Principal. Whether your goal is to enjoy a comfortable retirement or to secure your financial legacy for future generations. After all, your future and aspirations are worth investing in. That's why we offer a wide range of fund options that gives you global and local exposure for better returns. With more than 142 years of global investment experience at your fingertips, you can take full advantage of opportunities to build your wealth. And we make it easier for you to manage your investments with our enhanced digital solutions. Now you can easily buy, redeem and switch your investments at your own convenience with our easy-to-use online investment portal. Never miss the right opportunities to invest with cash or iInvest. As you build your legacy and aspirations, we will be by your side to help you secure the future for you and your loved ones. Start taking control of your investments with Principal today.
Hello everyone. Welcome to our Kopi Chat session, your source for all investment, market-related insights and also education. I'm your host today. My name is Jonathan, but you can call me John. And I have my live stream buddy with me, Farah over here. And tonight we have a special guest, Michelle. So Michelle would like to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. I'm from Principal Investment Team. So tonight's conversation is going to be a bit more casual and hopefully more relatable.
Yes, thank you, Michelle, for the introduction. So as you're wondering why we are dressed like this, it's Merdeka coming up, so we are dressed in our national flag color. So, today we're going to talk a little bit about common money mistakes and how you can achieve financial freedom. So, before we begin, we actually have two things that we actually want to give away. So the first item is that we are giving away RM50 ringgit, three vouchers of those for coffee vouchers. If you actually join us and share your stories, later I'll tell you more about it. And also at the end of the session, we will have a very special promotion. So before we begin, Farah, I understand that you have prepared a little bit about some coffee trivia questions that you'd like to ask us, right?
Of course, yes.
So,
okay, so, everyone, if you are excited about tonight's topic to find out who's guilty and not guilty, hit that thumbs up, okay, and keep on watching us, yeah? Okay, so the other thing is, if you're watching us live, drop us a line. Just tell us, where you're viewing us from. Just put drop a line in the comment below. All right.
So the coffee trivia.
Coffee trivia.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Surprise for me, but yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Okay, trivia number 1. So what are coffee beans?
Okay.
A, seed of berries. B, nut. C, vegetable root. D, whatever root. A, B, C, D. What's your answer, John?
B, I think.
So D is all of the above, is it?
Sorry? D, whatever root.
Whatever root. B?
Yours is B. Yours is nut, is it?
No.
A is seed of berries.
I'm going to say seed of berries.
Okay. So what you call a coffee bean is actually the seeds of a cherry-like fruit. And that's why coffee is so very good. So the answer is A, seed of berries.
So I definitely feel already,
Did I
because I'm a
win
coffee
anything?
addict. No, you don't win anything.
We can go coffee after this at Mama.
Okay.
Trivia number 2. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
So what color are freshly picked coffee beans?
Oh my God.
A, brown. B, green. C, black. And D, mustard.
I'm going to go with B again.
I'm going to say green as well. Yeah.
Okay, well, raw
Oh no.
raw coffee looks completely different to roasted coffee. When the beans are picked, they are green. So yay!
Oh my God,
wait,
you
you
got
tricked
it
us,
green.
you
Yes,
tricked us.
You guys are
yes.
correct. Yep. Okay, so trivia number 3, and this is our last trivia for tonight. So which should you not use coffee ground for? A, mosquito repellent. B, gardening. C, skin scrub. D, hair dye. What's your answer?
A.
Okay, D.
A.
Hair dye?
Oh.
I think
A.
is D.
Sorry?
I'm going to go A.
as a not used for mosquito repellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
B and C for sure.
All right. So, well, despite popular myth, a 2016 study found applying fed coffee grounds directly to urban agriculture soil greatly reduces plant growth.
Oh.
So, my dear friend,
Oh my God.
I've been doing
I didn't know
that. I'm
that.
guilty.
It's gardening. I'm guilty because
Oh, that's the
I
first
didn't
thing
know
we're
that.
guilty
because
of.
That's
I
very
said, yeah,
interesting
yeah.
fact.
All right, yeah, that's all for our coffee trivia.
Thanks, Farah. I think we definitely were educated a little bit. I hope
Everyone learned
the
something
audience
today.
is educated on this coffee trivia.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain a little bit about tonight, right? So as you notice, you have this plank over here. One side says guilty, the other side says not guilty. So we are going to go through common money mistakes that we might be guilty of. So I encourage you to share your stories. And for the audience that has just joined us, please share your stories in the comment section and you would win RM50 ringgit coffee voucher on us.
Yeah.
So please share. Okay, so let's get to it. So number one, in common money mistakes, right? So treat yourself culture. You ready?
Oh, is it time?
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, guilty.
Guilty. For
Guilty?
Sure.
Okay, all of us are
Guilty as
guilty.
charged.
So maybe
Yeah.
you want to share your story, Farah?
Okay, well, I love celebrating all small success, especially with my children's, good grades, when they win something, so I will take them out for makan-makan, or, that sort of thing. Guilty.
Yeah, I think everyone would be lying if you say you're not guilty. All of us have guilty in some way or another. But for me, I think for mine, it's more like food, fine dining, traveling, clothes, all you can think of.
I think
Yeah.
I am kind of like a bit like Michelle because I do enjoy going out for food, but the treat yourself culture is for me it's like ending a work day on a Friday. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm gonna have something nice, and that's like tend to be very often. But you know what I realized during MCO, especially when we are all stuck at home, right, and obviously unleashing our master chef,
Yeah.
and basically what I realized is that actually eating out is very costly,
Yeah.
and I think some of the habits that I've learned during MCO is just try to cut back on my unnecessary expenses. Like for example eating out, but it doesn't mean that I completely stop treating myself, but I still do lah,
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why we need better planning to sustain this lifestyle. There's a lot of apps outside, but
Yeah.
I personally like to create my own Excel sheet.
Excel
with
sheet.
all the allocated expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like I did create my Excel sheet once, but then I just created a template and I kind of just left it.
Oh, okay.
Left it there and I didn't use it. So I discovered like a lot of, digital apps and stuff that you can actually track your expenses, which is a very good habit, but then I stopped using it.
For me, maybe it's an occupational hazard because always dealing with all the financial modeling Excel
Right,
sheet.
right.
So do you like create like fancy
Excel sheets,
charts,
pie charts.
pie charts or anything?
Too much, right? But I'm guilty of that.
So maybe what you can do is share with us your Excel sheet, and Farah can upload
Oh
in
yes, we
knowledge
can
and
upload
insight.
it on our knowledge
Maybe,
and
but
insights,
without
definitely.
the figures.
Without figures, definitely. All right. So are
Okay.
you ready for the next common
Oh
money
gosh,
mistake?
I need coffee.
Okay, you need coffee. Okay, you want to sip
Go
the coffee?
ahead.
I'm good.
Okay, so the next common money mistake, right, which kind of relates to the money mistake in number one. So the second one is basically piling debts.
Piling debts.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go half-seas on this.
me too.
I'm just gonna.
Half.
Yeah.
Yeah. To
So
me,
everyone's half?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe Farah, you would like to share your story?
Then.
Yeah, you
Okay,
first.
so so I guess it goes way back when I received my first credit card.
Plastic
and
card.
My plastic card, the most powerful card, and it was my dad who actually opened the envelope and got shocked, and he actually scolded me like, "Hey, why are you applying a credit card, you know, when, you know, you should spend with cash, you know, things like that. And then the following month, he opened again my envelope with bills,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
from the credit card. So there goes the piling debts, you know, like purchases and whatnot. So again, I kenala from my dad, you know. So that was that, you know, back then.
But I relate to that, but I'm going to half seize on this because the term piling debt is very detrimental.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, of
Yeah.
course, you accumulate debt as you grow older, credit card, higher purchase with a car, mortgage, maybe. But you just have to, it's more for me, it's more of a case of don't take on what you cannot handle.
Yeah.
Just be smart and prioritize.
Yeah, I think that's very true as well. I think for me it's half. I mean, I was guilty before, but now I managed to handle paying off my debts and everything. So I actually I'm quite proud that I have zero debts right now. But as you mentioned, because when you get your first credit card or something like that, I mean, I'm using credit card as an example. So when you get your first credit card, you don't actually think about the consequences of spending and spending money that is you can't see.
Correct.
You get what I mean? So again, but another important thing that I also want to bring up, having a credit card is also very important. If you know how to use it for
if you manage
emergency
your
case,
payment well
correct.
enough, the benefits
Balance,
really does
balance.
outweigh.
Yeah, because I mean, by having a credit card, you are actually building your credit score for bigger loans,
Agreed,
like mortgage.
Yeah.
So I think managing, I think the term here is managing your debts as well. Trying to avoid it to pile up.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Agree?
Yep, agreed.
Okay, so the third common money mistakes, right? Basically, is not having a financial plan. Okay, I would say half. Not guilty?
Not guilty.
I'm gonna say not guilty.
So, okay, Michelle, maybe you want to share your story first?
For me, not guilty because I started in this industry quite a long time, almost immediately after I graduated. So maybe it's an influence from my peers or my mentors that make me see the importance of investing. So the key here is investing early. And but admittedly, I've made a lot of mistakes. Not a lot, some mistakes in my investment choices. But if you invest early and you're young, you can take some risks. Inevitably, there will be risks. But as long as you start early and you stay invested,
Right.
and recover, whether if it's the benefits of investing early, compounding effect of it,
Yeah.
or
Right.
having enough time to recover.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think maybe I can also share my side of story. I think I'm kind of like in the middle. I don't know. Like I do have a financial plan, but I actually don't know. Sometimes I don't know what my financial plan is. But I just try to think of goals, right? What I actually want to achieve, short term and long term, right? And I just use that as a motivation to work towards my goals, right?
Yeah.
Achieving them. And I think, what about you, Farah?
Well, I do have my financial plan, like now. So I guess you learn your lesson, right?
Yeah.
So every year end, we'll look into like what do I want to have or how much I want to save, for the following year. So, but then again, even though I have financial planning, but sometimes there's always an unexpected expenses, especially when, it involves my children, medical, and, extra tuitions,
Yeah.
trainings, and etc. Yeah, but yes, I'm not guilty of not having financial plan, but there's unexpected expenses.
Right.
Of course, yes.
So I
Yeah.
think for my side as well, I mean, okay, I don't have kids, but I do have fur babies, right? So, but fur babies, okay lah, apart from the yearly vaccination and stuff like that, but sometimes, you just have to spend like, I don't know, maybe like you want to buy them a treat and stuff like that. Those are all like, I mean, little things that
Yeah.
really adds up, but sometimes they do fall sick. And
Yeah.
then you have
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, you need to take them to the vet. And then that's additional cost that you didn't budget for. But I think, I think Farah, your side as well. I mean,
Yeah.
with your kids, right? I remember you telling me that you actually try to cultivate that saving habit, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so maybe you want to share that side of the story as well.
Okay, so so for example, like we sometimes visit our families and they give the children's money, right? So instead of putting this in a bank, because sometimes like you're still holding the money, right?
Yeah.
So I actually put in Go Invest.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So when I put it in Go Invest, so that then I show to the children so that they can see that their money is getting a daily returns every day. So that's how I cultivate this with the children.
Right.
To start them early, like what Michelle has been mentioning. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good example. So for the audience that just joined or are new to Principal, right? So basically investing with Principal has been actually really simple, right? So with the latest Touch and Go e-wallet feature, Go Invest, you can actually invest from RM 10 ringgit, so no matter how much you have, right, you can actually start small, which is what you're doing with your kids.
Yeah.
And another cool thing about Go Invest is basically you have, I think 7 goals that you can actually choose and cash into those
Within
goals.
the app, right?
Yeah, within the
Yeah.
app. So basically what you're trying to do is give yourself that motivation to actually invest and also stay invested, which is a good thing, you know? I think, more
The app is
people
like
should.
easy access. You don't have to open a new account.
Yeah, correct.
Exactly.
So we have 2 more common money mistakes, but before we actually head to that, I just like to remind the audience, yourself as well, to share any sort of common money mistake stories with us. It could be anything. There's no right or wrong answer. If you share, you get RM 50 ringgit coffee voucher on us to treat yourself. So, okay, we actually do have a very short video of Daphne, who actually started planning for retirement and also started saving early, right? So maybe we will play that video and we'll come right back.
Don't go away.
My dreams, my responsibilities. Can I have it all? Hi, I'm Daphne. I'm originally from Ipoh, so Ipoh, Mali, yeah. My family is all back in Ipoh and came down to study and then just eventually started working and building a life here. As the eldest sibling, yes, I think it is my responsibility to help set a good example. Your family, your siblings, your parents, your loved ones, basically. One of my dreams in life would be to open up a little beach cafe. I love the beach and retire there. Okay, I know it sounds impossible, especially during these uncertain times. All of us, we don't know what the future holds, right? But I owe it to myself with the responsibility that I have and also my dreams, and I will go for it. Investing is very important to me because it's about my future, my goals, my retirement plans. I work hard for the money right now, but I also want the money to work hard for me as I grow older. I have to be patient because it's a long-term plan. I want to ensure that my siblings grow up knowing how to take care of themselves, to have a plan for the future, and to have a safety net, to not depend on anyone else but yourself, especially for us women nowadays. With my investment with Principal, I feel much more financially secured and I'm much more prepared for a rainy day or whatever that comes in the future. My dreams, my responsibilities, can I have it all? I believe I can. You can too.
You want to go? Oh, welcome back to our Kopi Chat session. Thank you everyone for still staying with us.
Yeah.
Actually, we received quite a few stories on common money mistakes, right? So I'm going to read out a couple. So the first story is from Michelle Yu. So Michelle says, personally, my common money mistake is trying hard to stay away from buying unnecessary items, impulse purchases. So again, guilty. We are all guilty. But
Yeah,
you know,
definitely,
we just track your expenses better as well. So I think Michelle Yip, thank you very much for sharing your story. Please PM us your full name, your email, your contact number. You receive RM50 ringgit coffee voucher. Okay, so the next common money mistake. Maybe Farah, you want to mention? Read this?
Okay, so this is from Nur Islam Nur Iskandar. So my mistake, I bought an iPad but only to realize that it has no added value as my existing laptop carrying so many functions. Oh dear.
Actually, I don't own an iPad. I always wanted an iPad, but you know, I've never.
I don't as well, yeah.
Yeah.
We have our... Oh, yeah. She's guilty. Immediately, that guilty eyes looking at me.
Guilty, yes.
Slowly, slow motion coming up. So, yeah. But we have a work computer, home computer,
correct,
our
correct.
phones. We're so dead on our phones already. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the screens are getting bigger, so I feel like my normal phone is already like an iPad.
Can't say I haven't thought of it though.
Yeah, I always think about it.
It's easy. Just
Yeah.
flip it and go. Yeah.
So you receive 50 ringgit as well, so please PM us your full name, email, and contact number as well.
Okay.
So the next money
Ooh,
mistake.
this is interesting.
So Rosie Ng. So Michelle, you wanna read
Sure.
this out?
From Rosie Ng. So her money mistake is always guilty for not able to top up enough of her investment when it's very negative. Oh, so buying when it's low.
Cheaper valuation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you also receive 50 ringgit. So please PM us your details, full name again, full name, email, and also contact number. All right. So let's get back to the last
This is
two
so hot.
common money
Because you're
mistakes.
guilty for so many things.
You
right,
can find
Farah?
yourself in this. Okay. The fourth one. Okay. Not having an emergency fund.
Oh.
Okay. I'm still in the middle.
Okay. I want to say I'm not guilty, but maybe it's not enough as what the rule of thumb always says.
Now, what's the rule of thumb? Sorry, can you
No,
remind me?
I think I get.
You know-
I resonate with Farah on
Yeah,
this.
so-
I'm going to say not guilty as well because. But the thing is, emergency fund for me, I relate back to savings.
Yeah.
And the rule of thumb, for me at least, it's if you quit today, you have 1 year of savings to fund your current expenditure.
How did you save 1 year of your
Okay, maybe the
savings
range-
for unexpected
Okay,
emergency
True.
fund?
Again, personally, maybe I started earlier, so I have a portion of my funds that are in low risk investment. That because when money is there, money loses value, and you start investing early to make your money work for you.
Yeah, that's So I mean,
Yeah.
you
So-
have 1 year. So in emergency fund, okay, which is really good. And I think just now you mentioned something about the rule of thumb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the rule of thumb?
Well, we should have at least 6 months, 3 to 6 months. But at the end of the day, right, I think it's really depending on you yourself. You know, you can always start, maybe try and achieve for 1 month first. Sikit-sikit, lama-lama jadi bukit, right?
Yeah, it's never too late. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never too late. Yeah.
That's true. So I think my story is I'm kind of like in the middle, right? So I don't have exactly a year in emergency fund, but you know
A
I do
year.
have saved up some, like I mean, when I first started working and stuff like that. Obviously, going through the common money mistakes 1, 2, 3, obviously my
Guilty.
emergency fund was nowhere to be seen. But,
Sure.
in recent years, okay lah, it's starting to pick up,
Your
right?
emergency fund is on emergency.
My unexpected emergencies, like, okay, holiday, I had to dig the emergency fund.
Right.
But, it's unexpected. Sometimes I'm like,
Yes.
let's just get away for the weekend. Oh,
Okay,
then-
understand.
Coming back to your
understand.
guilty,
Yeah.
first guilty
Back.
pleasure actually.
So I mean, I'm in the middle, right? So now, I mean, I do have an emergency fund, but also on top of that, I think, you can check back with me after a year, see whether I'm at Michelle's level to have, 1 year of
Anniversary, yeah?
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so the next one, which is our last common money mistake, right? So, okay, not investing in retirement. Why am I always in the middle? Mine's always middle, you know.
Yeah, you got to pick a side.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think, okay.
Oh, I'm the only one.
So
Okay.
not guilty in a sense that well, that's mandatory EPF, right? And also EPRS?
Yep.
Yeah?
For me, I say guilty because I would sideline EPF and PRS aside because at my age, investing in retirement doesn't really cross my mind at all.
Right.
Yeah, because at my age, I have a bigger risk appetite for my investment. I'm able to take more risk right now, but like for different demographics, there are always like funds, like dividend funds that you can provide you a stable income stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that for me, right, I would say not guilty. You know, I think retirement to me is like, it's still quite far along, but you know, what's 10 years, what's 20 years? It's actually,
True.
it's actually quite fast. So I think, again, relating back to MCO, I think it changes a lot of people's behavior, right? You start to get scared, you know, reading stories online, you know, and stuff like that. And also you start to, I tend to scare myself into actually, you know, thinking that I really have to save for retirement because I did the calculation. Like, okay, imagine like you put 40% of your paid income aside every year, right? So let's say you have about 20 years, you know, till you retire, or 25 maybe, right? And then you start getting scared. You're like, oh my God, it's not enough.
Which is why you need to do the 1 year thing.
do
you need my pie chart?
Okay, wait. 1 year, yes. I do start from that, but you know, I'm, like I said, you know, going back to not having a financial plan, I would say I'm in the middle because I'm all over the place.
Yeah, for me, right, because I have children, you know, when I think about retirement, I don't want myself and my husband to be a burden to my children. So I really have to think about retirement savings. But I guess, like, you know, like what you said, Michelle, it's never too late, right?
Yeah.
So you can start, like I said earlier, like lama-lama jadi bukit, right? Simpan sikit-sikit,
So I think it's all about, I think to that point as well, it's about leaving a good legacy, you know, right? For your kids.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can, actually our audience can actually watch, what's it called? This, we actually had this Borak-Borak bersama Fizo Omar, where our CEO, Puan Munira, actually shared with the audience that, you know, when you receive your salary, right, so you can follow this rule of thumb where 60% you can allocate for your expenses, and then 20% for your savings, and 20% for investment.
Right.
So I guess that is a very, that is something that, you know, we can always start, you know, to save.
Right.
Good to learn
That's
from.
a very good tip.
Yeah.
So I think we covered all the 5 common money mistakes, right? Which, you know, I mean, we heard a lot of interesting stories from, I heard a lot of interesting stories from Farah, from Michelle, and also thanks to the audience for sharing their stories as well. You know, just want to say that, you know, if you do have any sort of topics that you would like to see us talk or discuss at the next Kopi Chat session, please do drop it in the comment section below. Before we go, as I promised, we actually have a special offer for anyone who is thinking of just starting to invest, right? And you can do so with Principal by choosing to invest with us online. So through our online investment portal, you can actually start with investment from as low as 500 ringgit using cash or 1,000 ringgit using EPF savings. So if you do choose to invest with us, either today or tomorrow, you actually receive a 50 ringgit touch and go e-wallet reload pin. So you just need to include the Kopi Chat offer code at the checkout, and you will be entitled for this reward. Obviously, terms and conditions apply. And I think you would see the link and everything to the details about the offer in the comment section below.
Yeah.
So any last words, Farah? Anything you want to say?
Maybe Michelle?
No, I just want to say thank you for joining us. I hope you get a good takeaway from our conversation today. It's been great for us.
Oh, guilty.
Yeah, guilty.
So I mean, it was very interesting, right?
Yes, it's very interesting. Okay, so before we end,
Yep.
Dear audience, please follow us on our Facebook or Instagram, you know, for more information, investment tips, you know. And the other thing is, when you drink coffee, think of Principal as your investment and retirement partner.
Oh wait, I think Farah forgot something. We actually have the next Kopi Chat session on 7th of September, same time, 8:30.
8:30.
That one we will be talking about investment strategies. What are they and why are they important? So please do join us and do share this video or any sort of invites to your friends. Give us more views so that we will bring you more awesome videos like this, right? So, okay, are we good?
Yes, we're
Thank
good.
you very much
Thank you
for
so
joining in.
much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Michelle.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.